Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with the Stronach 5 analysis for Friday, November the 2nd. We've got 5 races in an hour at all the Stronach tracks, and I'm going to use a ticket maker approach in here for these plays where I can weight my opinions. My A's will be my strongest opinions, and of course my B's less so, and my C's will be horses that I want to save with. We kick things off with race number 4 at Santa Anita. This is a Calbred $50,000 maiden claiming race for 2-year-old fillies. There are 3 horses that I'm interested in. The 2 Gracie Bell, the 3 Super Hot Molly. Those are the 2 horses that I want to use as A's. Both of them have good early speed. Both of them should be prominent when the field swings into the stretch. Now, Gracie Bell comes out of a race at Los Alamitos most recently where she was the beaten favorite. She broke very well, was pressing the pace while well out into the track, and then finished second best, 4 lengths clear of the 3rd place finisher. I'm a little concerned that she hasn't shown a lot of stamina in her career. She has lost significant ground from the stretch call to the wire in all 3 lifetime starts, but her speed and her inside post should have her right in the thick of things from the start. Super Hot Molly might be slightly better. I really liked her effort at Santa Anita on October the 12th when dropped to this $50,000 tag. She prompted the pace while 4 wide, was 4 wide all the way through the turn, and actually assumed the lead into the stretch before understandably tiring. I think this filly has some ability and can sit just off of Gracie Bell, ready to pounce turning into the stretch. Arguably, Super Hot Molly is the horse to beat. My one backup in this race is the number 4 Imminent. Now, Imminent only earned a 1 Beyer speed figure in her only lifetime start, but at least she showed a little bit of speed that day, and she was running against much tougher competition. Both the runner-up and 3rd place finisher are now stakes winners, which means Imminent is taking a substantial class drop. Whether she can run or not, that is a big question mark, but she's getting the drop in class. Martin Pedrosa is an aggressive rider, and Imminent shouldn't be too far away as well. So in the first leg of the Stronach 5 on Friday, my A's will be the 2 and the 3. My B will be number 4, Imminent. We'll move over to Gulfstream Park West for race number 9. Again, I'm interested in 3 horses, 2 A's and 1 C. My A plays are the number 1 Honey Don't and the number 7 Seattle Treasure. Honey Don't is another horse taking a gigantic drop in class. He's been competing at Saratoga recently for trainer Bill Mott and now shows up in South Florida for Tim Hills. Last time out, he chased a pretty fast pace, was steadied a bit turning into the stretch, and then tired. That was a strong field. The runner-up came back to run 3rd with a 79 Beyer speed figure. The 3rd place horse came back to run 2nd with an 82 Beyer and then won the next start with an 81. Honey Don't draws a very comfortable inside post position and can save ground in the pocket behind the speeds. He should be given every chance to win by Rajiv Mirage, and this class drop is very appealing. As for the 7 Seattle Treasure, he got wired last time out at a big price and is now making his 3rd start of the form cycle for a very hot barn. He broke poorly, was down last for most of the way, tried to angle out into the stretch, and he came with a nice solid run to finish 3rd, beaten a length. I really think this horse is rounding into form. My one concern is he does not have a lot of early speed, and he is going to need some pace and race luck in order to set him up. But I think he fits very well at this class level, and I think he was pace compromised last time out. My backup, the C, is the number 5 Grand Journey, who is so lightly raced that you have to think he's going to improve in only his 3rd lifetime start. He won his turf debut, a $40,000 maiden claimer last time out, and he was very confidently ridden throughout. 3 wide around both turns and then grinded out the win over a horse that came back to win with a 66 Beyer speed figure. This is a big step up in class, however, against a couple of multiple winners. Grand Journey I will use as a saver because of his upside potential, but he is going to have to improve significantly to take down my A plays. My A's in the race are the 1 and the 7. My C is the 5. We'll move on to race number 10 at Laurel. This is a $5,000 beaten claimer going a 1-turn mile. 3 horses again, 1A, two Bs. My 1A is the number 8, Value Added. And I think Value Added is in sneaky good form for trainer Phil Schoenthal. 3 starts back at this level, going a 3-turn route at Timonium. I thought this mare was so visually impressive. The jock kept her 4 wide all the way around the track. Around the first 2 turns, she attacked and took over the lead 3 furlongs from home, and she just kept right on going. It was a big performance, to be sure. She's simply been overmatched in her 2 subsequent races, went 41-1 against allowance horses and 34-1 in the Maryland Million Distaff. And in that latter race, she actually ran on a little bit once clear in the stretch. She drops back down to an appropriate $5,000 claiming level, handles this distance with no problem, and I think Value Added is very dangerous in race number 10 at Laurel. My backups, B horses, the number 1 Boosting, and I'm not sure I trust the Beyer speed figure for Boosting's most recent race, a 54 Beyer, although I thought she ran pretty well. It was the faster division of 2 $4,000 condition claiming races at Penn National on October the 3rd. Speed dominated that night, and Boosting tried to come from slightly off of the pace, and Boosting might very well have won that race if not being bumped hard approaching the wire. It appears she's in good form. I like this inside post for Boosting, who returns to the Maryland circuit, and she does have 2 wins over the Laurel Strip. The 4 Angel in the Morning might get a great trip in here, sitting just off the speeds. Her Beyer speed figures are light, but she has won over this course and distance in the past. And this barn, it's just almost impossible to throw them out at Laurel. Trainer Claudio Gonzalez is winning at a 36% rate. The jock's winning at a 31% rate. I have to use Angel in the Morning, although I think her recent races are slow. My A is the 8. My B is the 1 and the 4 in the 3rd leg of Friday's Stronach 5. We return to Santa Anita for the 4th leg, and that's a mile on the turf, a $25,000 non-winner of 2 Life claimer, and the fastest horse in the race is the morning line favorite, the number 10 Copper Fever, who was claimed last time out by Peter Miller and is returning to her preferred surface on the turf. 2 starts back, she failed in an allowance race at Golden Gate with a good trip, but I think that field was just simply better than the one that she's going to be facing at Santa Anita on Friday. And while she does have to break from an outside post position, I think she has enough speed to break and settle in a spot maybe 3 wide, ready to pounce turning into the stretch. It could be now or never time for Copper Fever. She just fits at this level and seems to be the fastest horse. She's my only A, and I was thinking of singling her completely, but I just don't trust her after she failed with that good trip at Golden Gate. My 1 backup is the number 2 Quinny. Quinny could take advantage of a fast pace, and the Timeform US pace projector for this race has a red bar indicating that the pace could be fast. If that's the case, Quinny, who halves in price for trainer Carla Gaines, might come with a late run. I'm not too concerned about her most recent efforts at Del Mar. A, she was in way too tough. B, I think she's much better at Santa Anita. She's run some nice races here, and if this pace is too fast and this favorite's a little bit dressed up, Quinny might be able to get a piece as a saver. The anchor leg of Friday's Stronach 5 is at Golden Gate Fields. We're going 5.5 furlongs. It is a 12,500 maiden claimer for 2-year-olds. And a lot of folks might want to use the number 4 Tornado's Fury, simply because he's by the sire Quasimodo. Talk about the ultimate hunch play. But I will not be going with Tornado's Fury in the final leg. Instead, I'm going to go with 2 A's and 1 B. Louis 2 times and Changing Image, the 5 and the 6, they're coming out of the same race at Fresno. Louis 2 times broke slowly and then was steadied early and had to come from far out of it. He got a nice pace, he rallied late, and I think he's going to appreciate getting back to a synthetic surface. He ran well in his debut at Golden Gate back in September. Changing Image is going to get the jump again on Louis 2 times. He was part of that solid pace at Fresno, and he ran okay as the favorite. He's another horse with some stamina concerns, especially if he's pressed early, but he should be in a very good spot turning into the stretch. My alternative is the number 9, My Lucky Mark, who is taking a gigantic class drop for trainer Steve Specht. While his 2 Beyer speed figures aren't exactly there yet with the likes of Louis 2 times or Changing Image, he was facing much better horses in his most recent start at Golden Gate. As a matter of fact, a couple of those horses came back to win with Beyers in the 60s. My Lucky Mark has a little bit of speed and is going to really appreciate dropping in class. I'll go 5, 6 as my A's, 9 as my Bs. To recap my plays for this Friday's Stronach Pick 5, in leg A, Santa Anita race number 4, my A's are 2 and 3, my B is 4. Gulfstream Park race number 9, my A's are 1 and 7, my C is 5. Laurel race number 10, my A is 8, my B is 1 and 4. Santa Anita race number 5, my A is 10, my C is 2. And Golden Gate race number 5, my A is 5 and 6, my B is 9. Best of luck with all your wagers.